Hello everyone and welcome to Exciting to Play channel. So today we are going to make a statistical analysis tool from basics, basically from scratch without using any inbuilt function. So basically this is what I am going to do because I am trying to compare how much effort it is going to take to do the same code that we have done in C++ to do in Python. So now without wasting any time, let's start the video. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Now starting with the project title. So this is the title of the tool, creating a statistical analysis tool from basics without any inbuilt function. So this is going to take maybe some time. For that, let me just define what are the functions that it is going to do, take and do. So this tool is going to calculate all the basics metrics of statistics statis, statistics, okay, which include mean, median, mode, not mode, mean, median, sum, and what are the other things that we have done actually. So let me just quickly recap. The mean, sum, minimum, maximum, minimum, maximum, range, okay, variance, or and at last it is also going to take standard deviation. So these are the things that our function is going to calculate. So the functions is going to be in format like minimum, then we are going to calculate maximum, then we are going to calculate sum, then we are going to calculate you can say range, then we are going to calculate mean, then median, then variance, and at last standard deviation. So this is how we are going to do this. So also we are going to take user input. So to include it at the top maybe. So also we are going to take user input. So this is what our function is going to do. It is going to take user input, calculate these matrices, and print us the output. Now, so let's proceed with the taking user input. If I new int put new input, we are going to take like nothing. Then we are just going to call it. And in this function, we are going to ask user for input like well, first of all, we are going to welcome someone. So we are going to print welcome to en excited API basic projects projects. So next we are going to ask user for the input. So n int please enter the tell the size of data you want to enter. Now, after taking the input for the n, that means the size of the data, we are going to ask user for manually enter this data. So we are going to do something like for I in range, and also we are going to return the data in the list format. So we are also going to create a you can say empty list, and we are going to ask user for something like print. Yeah, number is going to be taken as int, maybe float, because our data can have floating point numbers too. Float input, so we are going to use it. Enter number I, and then L dot append num, and at last we are going to return this list of numbers. Okay, so this is the function for taking the user input. Now we are also going to, you can say, calculate a minimum from the scratch. To do that, we can do one thing. We can, what should be the name of this function? You can say cmin. It is going to take list first. Also, that's all it can take. And for the minimum part, we are going to take, you can just assign a variable. You can say L of 0. I am going to explain this loop actually. So for now, let me just write this for I in range 1 comma len of L, or maybe I should just take N here also. Now we can do one thing. We can just check for the condition. If mn is greater than, you can say I or L of I, then do one thing. Temp is equal to L of I, and we have to swap these numbers, right? So we can just temp of L of I, and mn is going to be L of, so this is what it is going to do. It is going to actually take the input and just swap this number. Maybe we don't need that. And at last, we are going to return what? Mn. Now to check this situation, we can just run this whole code by here. Just the test condition here. In the test, we can just call uint uinput, and just call L and we can just calculate the C min, comma, then of L. So this is what we are going to print. So I hope everything works without breaking. Please enter the size of number. I want to just find the 4 number. Enter number 0, 2, 1, 4, 0. So it returns us the number 1. That means right now it is only returning us the number which is at second place, which is not quite correct because we want to just change the number every time we are going to you can say check this situation, because ideally it should return us with you can say number 0, because that is what the minimum number is. Or maybe I can just do one thing, amount of L minus, we are actually going to only N minus 1, and also I can just put plus 1 here to run this loop again. Again the 4 numbers, 2, 1, 4, 0. Okay, we get an error, list of index is out of range because we just, okay, maybe this time it is going to work. Or enter 2140. So this time it is working quite well. I'm sorry, I was thinking of something else at the time. So now our minimum function is working just well. So in the same way, we can define our maximum function. Also, we can just copy and paste this code, calculate the maximum with the same arguments. But if we just have to change the you can say condition here, also we can just test that here, max, and we hit the run button. Again we are going to give us 4, 2, 1, 4, 0. Okay, it is also working. And at the last we have created our user input, C minimum, C maximum. Here actually C minimum and maximum represent the we can say custom minimum and custom maximum. So this is what they mean here. Now for the sum, we can define the sum, take the L, which is list, and also N, which is integer. First, set the sum to 0, then use a for loop for I in range, or maybe here we don't need to take this input L because it is not required. We can directly just iterate through the loop list itself, and with every iteration, what we are going to do is we are going to add this I element to sum, and at last we are going to return this sum. So this is going to give us the sum of all the element in the list. So if I just, because we have removed the n part here, we are going to remove this parameter, otherwise it is going to give us the error. So the C sum is actually going to be something like 2 plus 1 plus 4 plus 7. It should give us 7. Okay, it is giving us 4. And why is it? Oh, sorry, rather than typing I forgot and I typed 1 actually. So again the 4 elements, 1, 4, 0. So also we have also created the actually the sum part. Now next thing we are going to implement is the range function. So the range is quite simple. Define C range. So this function is going to actually take the list itself, and from the list, first of all, it is going to assign an n, which is length of the list, and from the length of the list, it is actually going to call these two functions here, cmin and cmax, like this, min comma max is equal to cmin l comma n, and also if I can just copy also, and it is going to return max minus min. So this is what the range is. For the mean, we can just quickly calculate the sum of all the elements and divide by the number of elements. So for this, we can just define C mean and take the L, and this time we are also going to call sum here, the sum list, and we are going to return one thing, and that is Sm divided by length of L. So this should return us the mean value. So about the median, median is going to take the sorted list to actually calculate it. So for the median, we have to do one thing. We have to create a function first to sort it. Say C sort the list. How it is going to sort this list is quite simple. First, we are going to define something like, maybe I should just start it. So I in range length of L, or maybe I should just take an input as N minus 1 for j in range I n minus I minus 1, and we are going to check for the condition L of I, or maybe we don't need the second loop at all. We can just do one thing for I in range like this. If L of I is greater than L of j, then do one thing, swap their position. Also, you can say sorted. Maybe that's also not needed yet. L of I is equal to L of j, and L of I plus 1 I plus 1. So in the similar way, when we just go through the loop again, it is going to just sort us the list. That's what I believe. So let me just try this. Print we sort L comma N, and when I try to run this, it should give us invalid syntax. There should not be any issue in this line. So why it is giving us the error? Okay, we forgot to put in here. Telling me 140. So now it is giving us the error list is out of index range. Range of -1. I run this again, and again 4 elements 2, 4, 0, 1, 2, 0, 4. Okay, this is working just fine, but there is some here you can see the list is not sorted successfully. So to do that, we can just to see where this is actually happening. Now to see that, we can just maybe there is a logic gap between so maybe we should maybe we need to write the second loop also. It is not quite working just the way we imagined it to work. To do that, let me just quickly update this in. Actually, it is just sorting the base of sorry, again I put the J here and for the condition. Now we can just quickly switch this situation one step forward. Replace all the i's. You can say here, and here with J. I think this should do the trick because this is what I believe. If I run this loop, enter the 4 element 2, 1, 4, 0. So this should return us now. Okay, our list is sorting quite well. And now we have created a sorted list. Next thing that we need to do is to define a median. Now we have to use the sorted list in such a way that first of all it is going to take this sorted list, comma, that is integer. Now we are going to take this list and sort it. So Sn is going to be like C sort comma n. N is actually nothing but the length of the list which we have taken as an argument. After sorting this list, we have to just check a simple condition if n is you can say even. Then do one thing, take I is equal to maybe say index. To make things clear, index is going to be like n division 2 index 0 comma 1 n divides 2 minus 1. So why I did this minus 1, I will explain it. Because let's say our list has 5 or even 6 elements. So I know if we have 6 elements, then median is going to calculate from adding, averaging, uh, 3 and 4th index values, 4th elements, and in Python these are 2 comma 3rd indexes. So as you know, the list elements are actually list element index are actually starts from 0 and go till n minus 1. So that's why when we divide, let's say 6 elements by 2, and it is going to return us something like 3. So we know the 6 element index is actually the 4th one because of the list are created at the back end. So that's why we have subtracted minus 1. Now we are going to return nothing but L of idx 0 plus L of idx 1. We are going to, you can say, add them, and we are also going to divide it by 2. So this should give us the median in this too. While we can just simply return L of n divided by 2. So why is it? Because let's say if we have 5 elements and we have 4 divided by 2, so it returns 2, and in this it is actually the 3rd index. That's what it is going to do for us. Now the variance. Now the variance is actually quite an important factor in the statistics. How to calculate variance is actually quite simple. We have to first, we can say, so we just have to first take the mean of mean of the list, and let me just quickly see where is going to take the list. And so L is going to be our list, N is going to be our integer. Now to calculate the variance, first we have to calculate the mean. So mean is going to be like mean, and this is going to take the list. Now we have created the means. We just have to do one thing. We have to use the for loop for I mean range n, and every time we just use this you can say loop, and we can just assign it 10 is equal to 0, and this is actually going to be something like ml minus L of I. That means mean minus the element and raised to the power 2. Now this is what this temp is actually going to be. Now we have to take the sum of these you can say temp, and to do that we can just define a variable again, and we can just do something like and re-initialize the temp to 0. So this is what temp is going to return us. Maybe this step is not required in application, because every time a new temp is going to be assigned and generated from this equation, and at last we are going to return divide by sum of all these differences and squared differences divided by n, that means total number of elements. Now this is variance. Now, to calculate the standard deviation, we can just take the variance as an input and return nothing but variance raised to the power number 2. This is what it's going to return. Now for this whole code, I'm just going to paste the solution, or you can say the print statement. So I have copied the, you can say, the printing format from other source that I have created, and you can see this is nothing but just a calling of the function and putting everything, and you can see now when I just fill this terminal and run this whole code, please enter the data filter. Let's say if I want to enter 5 elements, 1, 2, 5, 4, 3. This is the report that we have been printing. As you can see, the variance is same, and the standard deviation is 1.414, which is square root of 2 actually. And sum of all these numbers is actually give us 15. Minimum is actually 1, and the maximum is 5. Range is 4. Mean is 3. Median in this case is 3 actually also. So this is what our statistical analysis tool have given us. So we have created our first console-based project. I hope you all like this, and so that's all for today. And you can find this code in the GitHub repo.